What's going on, guys? I'm Mike Romaine from SuperheroJack.com, the place where fitness meets everything nerd and pop culture. We're not just a fitness and nutrition channel, we also have all sorts of gaming, nerdy stuff, so make sure you check out the channel and subscribe. On this one, we're going to be talking about macronutrients. So Level Up stands for Lifting Vocabulary Lesson, but I think it's important to sometimes quickly hit on some of the dietary stuff. We hit 3 videos in a row on lifting type stuff, so I want to talk quickly about macronutrients because I eventually want to talk about IAFYM and if it fits your macros and other types of things that we're going to be seeing, because we're going to be working with calorie counting and macronutrients and stuff like that within the academy and within the superhero programs that we have our members utilize. They're all going to be working with these type of things, and you're just going to have to be aware of it. So I want to quickly go over what macronutrients are. I'm not going to break down each macronutrient and tell you what each one does for you, but I will give you a quick ratio at the end of what I specifically am utilizing right now during my cut, where I'm keeping each one of my macronutrients. And right off the bat, I'll tell you that there are 3 of them, and they are fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. But before I get too far ahead of myself, I'm going to read you the definition that Wikipedia would give you. So Wikipedia tells us that macronutrients are defined in several ways. The macronutrients we're specifically talking about are defined as the chemical compounds that humans consume in the largest quantities and provide bulk energy are classified as carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Water must also be consumed in large quantities. And then obviously you could go on to talk about the nutrients with vitamins and other sorts of things like calcium, magnesium, potassium, stuff like that that goes into your diet that you do need to consume on a daily basis. But for right now, we're talking about the 3 main macronutrients being fat, protein, and carbohydrates. So aside from being in a surplus or a deficit when it comes to calorie counting, you do want to pay attention to your macros as well. So regardless of if you're doing paleo or keto or any of these other diets or using dietary guidelines, which will help you utilize as well, at Superhero Jack, it's not strictly calorie counting. You do still need to be aware of an overall calorie intake and macronutrient intake. So, for example, keto pays attention to carbs as the main macronutrient, and in turn, your fat and proteins will be higher. Whereas paleo, your carbs are going to inherently be lower, and your proteins and fats will be higher. It's more of like a middle range carbs, and you're getting carbs from other sources, so it's harder for you to get carbs sometimes. Whereas if you're just calorie counting, I like to run my percentages at 40% carbs, 35% protein, and 25% fat. It's giving me like around 200 grams of carbs per day on my cut, around 175 grams of protein because that's about what I weigh right now. So I'm trying to get 1 gram per because I want as much muscle retention as possible. So that's my range right now. That's what I'm sticking around with my cut. My full program is actually available within the academy for all academy members. I update it as my program changes. Last year I went through all the superhero programs, did the bulk and strength and the cut and shred, then went all the way through all of our programs. The cut and shred is obviously where I lost the most fat, and I'm running a much similar program to that. That's where my macros will be most in tune with if you guys are on that program. But basically what this video is to specifically help the people that see the word macronutrient and don't really know what it is to just get a quick insight. Macronutrients are fats, proteins, and carbs. So carbohydrates provide 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate. Protein provides 4 calories per gram of protein, and fat provides 9 calories per gram of fat. That's something that's also important to know. That's why sometimes you'll see ranges where I might say I'm having 200 grams of carbs per day, but you might see me only have 40 to 60 grams of fat, and that's because you're getting a lot more calories per fat, and these macronutrients are all working to do a different thing in your body. And in a different video, I can maybe go into each one separately. So what are proteins, what are carbohydrates, what are fats, and break them down individually. For this one specifically, I want to just go over what the macronutrients were, give you a little bit of breakdown of how I structure my diet, what each one is broken down per calorie, give you this overview just so it's a quick level up video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to check out the channel, smash the thumbs up button, leave some comments below if there's something specific that you want to talk about before I get into the rest of these videos, and I'll talk to you later.